Welcome. Episode 471 of the Pittsburgh Nerd Podcast. I'm Sean.
And I'm Ian, and this is the only podcast that says...
I'm exhausted.
Is that the...
That's it. That's all. And on that note...
Yeah.
No. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I got a little burned up today.
Yeah, you said you were
Yeah, I was mowing.
mowing grass. That's and you said some of it was waist high.
Yeah, we went up there to mow it.
Yeah.
Bree and I went up to mow it, and it's like 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And the mower died.
Yeah.
And I couldn't figure out what was going on with it.
Yeah.
Like the front was done, and the front was done, and the back was halfway done, but it had like half that hill.
Yeah.
Was
and
uncut.
Right, and the hill he's talking about is his mother's old house. I guess what Lisa's mom lives there now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a steep hill.
Yeah.
That's all the yard is a hill.
Yeah.
Essentially.
And so, like, you have to mow it with, like, you have to tip the mower up.
Right.
And then put it down.
Yeah.
And then go back over it again.
Yeah.
So, half that hill was done that way.
Yeah.
And then I got to the bottom, and mowed the rest of it. But it wasn't, I was sweating like a pig, but it wasn't, like, hot. It wasn't humid. No. But my neck got all burned up. And I don't know. It's just a pain in the ass. I hate mowing that.
Well, I'm
not doing the other one this year.
Yeah.
I'm just doing.
Yeah, you're
mine.
not doing.
Nah.
Graham and Pat. That's.
Yeah, I'm not. I told her I can't. I don't have time.
Yeah. But I mowed my lawn this week. Now I mowed my lawn 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. This is where things get screwed up, and. So I initially mowed. I got my first mowing out of the way in I think late April. And all through May, there wasn't a weekend that you could do it. It was either rainy or whatever. So you just couldn't get to it. So if I finally got to it 2 weeks ago, and I mowed the lawn, and the side of my house gets so thick. For some reason, I don't know why. The side and the front are the two hardest parts of my house, and there's this spot. It's the majority of the length of the house, but it's between the two stairwells.
Yeah.
In that spot, it gets so thick.
Right.
And then in the front, it gets very thick. Well, it was so thick, it took me longer than normal to mow that lawn, and the battery died in my lawnmower. So I went to charge it, and I couldn't find the charger. I can't find the charger anywhere.
Really?
Yeah. So I had to order a new charger.
Huh.
So the front barely got done. I took a weed whacker to it to kind of
mow it down.
Mow it down a little bit, but today, when I went to mow it, it was super thick and a pain in the ass to cut.
Yeah.
Because it's just this little hill, but it's enough that when you try to get into it, it would choke the blade.
Yeah.
So you have to pull it back out, lift it up, put it down. It was a giant pain in the ass. So I can imagine what you were going through.
Yeah, half that hill, I had to tip the back up.
Yeah.
So it cut off the tops, put it down.
And then pull it back.
Yeah, and then go forward again.
Yeah. And hope that blade doesn't choke out.
Yeah, because even I was trying to do... Because when it gets high, you can do... One trick of the trade is you can do half strips. Instead of take a full swipe at the lawnmower, you just take half strips.
Yeah.
It was too thick for half strips.
Yeah.
It was painful.
Oh, I can imagine.
So, anyway. That's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. It did... I don't know. It took me 2 hours to do, but... I took long breaks because I was getting overheated and sunburned. But, so that was the day today.
Yeah.
And then I just chilled.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
But, yeah.
I had a bunch of shit I had to do today.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, so I'm out and about, like, which is odd for me, but, like, I had to get the oil changed in the car. It had to get done. I need to get a haircut. I've been putting that off, and I was like, I gotta get a haircut. It was driving me insane. You know, I need to get the car washed. Yeah, so I'm doing all this stuff, and I'm coming down 148. I think it's 5th Avenue. And I'm coming up on that Dunkin' Donuts. Because I'm going to the oil change place right there, like, you know, across from where the Get-Go is now. And I come down, and it's a red light. So I'm stopped at the Dunkin' Donuts. And there's a guy pulling out of Dunkin' Donuts. And he's in a Ford F-150. Like an older one. And he's pissed because the car in front of me is partially blocking
the donuts. The exit.
Yeah, the exit. And he finally gets the guy to move forward, and the light goes green. And I just sit there because I'm like, this guy's clearly an asshole, and he wants to just pull out.
Yeah.
And he pulls out in front of me, and he T-bones a car coming. He didn't even see it.
Really?
Yeah. The accident happened right in fucking front of me.
Wow.
Like, and I'm just sitting, because I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I know this guy's just coming. The light turns green. The car finally pulls up. I'm like, well, I know this guy's just flying out.
Yeah.
So I just sat there. And I'm just sitting there, and there's this other car that comes, like, right up beside me because it's 2 lanes. And as he comes, he just punches it. And he comes flying out of there and just rammed right into that fucking car.
Wow.
I'm like, holy shit.
They okay?
They seem to be okay. Like, as I was... Because he backed up, and I started going, and all the traffic behind me was just like, holy shit. And as I'm driving by, I looked over, and it looked like it was a woman. She was getting out of the car. I was like, okay. Well, I pulled in at Get-Go because I just needed something to drink. I figure I'll get something to drink, and then I'll go across the street to the oil change place. And there was an ambulance, there was a fire truck, there was two fire trucks, like one was a rescue truck, one was like the hook and ladder. Like 5 cop cars. I'm like, what the fuck is going on down there?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it was like, you know, like by the time I got done with the oil change, like normally I would make the left out of there to like head home. And I couldn't because it was completely blocked off with emergency vehicles. So I had to go like back around and up in the Renzi.
Holy hell.
Yeah, it was like nuts.
I think the Get-Go being there is a nightmare. It is. Trust me.
It is.
We drive that road.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Lisa drives that road, and I drive that road almost all the time, taking her to dance class.
Yeah.
And that fucking road is a fucking nightmare. I'm just telling you, it was bad before.
Yeah.
It's even worse now with the congestion.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that was a terrible intersection anyway.
It was. It was a terrible intersection to begin with, and you put a Get-Go in there.
Yeah, Hartman 5th is just a terrible intersection.
Yeah. Like, from 3 o'clock to 4:30, you just don't drive that way.
Yeah, forget about it.
Because it's so backed up. Now, you're right. I can imagine it's probably even worse.
Yeah.
And what's amazing is, what I find absolutely amazing, like, when I'm coming to your house on Saturdays, I would normally stop at Speedway, which was always busy.
Right.
But I would stop there to get my Red Bull and something to drink for the show. Maybe if I'm hungry, get a Snicker snacker. Well, I thought for sure, Get-Go's going to pull some business away. Because that Get-Go is like slamming. Speedway is still slamming.
Yeah.
It's like the business doubled in that section of town.
Yeah, one of the reasons is for the Get-Go is there's no Get-Go on that side of town. You have to go all the way to White Oak or all the way up to East McKeesport.
Right, East McKeesport, yeah.
In order to get to a Get-Go.
Right.
And so it makes sense, business sense, it makes sense now. So now everybody in McKeesport can go to the Get-Go.
Right. No, I get that aspect of it.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense that Speedway would...
Like Speedway is continuing to stay steadily busy.
Yeah, put it this way. Like, similar situation in West Mifflin.
Yeah.
Because when Sheetz opened up at the bottom of the hill, it tanked Marathon, or whatever the fuck it is now.
Yeah.
You know, at the top of the hill?
Yeah.
Because that place is a ghost town.
Yeah, I think it was a Speedway up there.
Yeah, but they changed it now to something else.
Okay.
But it's a ghost town now.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah.
Sheetz is slamming.
Yeah.
I mean, Sheetz is always slamming.
Yeah.
Which I find crazy.
I don't. Like,
I don't think their food's that good. So, I mean, like...
I'll be honest. I mean, I've never been to a Sheetz that isn't slamming.
Yeah. It's like the Chick-fil-A of gas stations.
It is. Like, I mean, and it's like that whole like controversy of like, you know, which is better, Sheetz or Wawa?
Yeah.
Because Eastern PA has Wawa, Western PA has Sheetz.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, but like Sheetz is like, I can think of like, there's the one in West Mifflin, there's the one on 51, there's one on 48, there's two of them on 30. There used to be one like right across from where I work.
Well, there's actually two on Lebanon Church.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's one further down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By Weiss's Meats.
Yeah. They're always slamming.
Yeah, I mean, kids hang out there.
Yeah.
In the parking lot.
But like,
and inside.
Right. But like, I will say this much. Like, I mean, I'm not going to tell you the food's great. But, I mean, you give me a couple of Sheetz dirty dogs with chili and cheese and an onion, I'm in heaven, you know.
The thing that I like about, I get it.
Yeah.
Sheetz definitely has better dogs. Giant Eagles hot dogs are horrible.
They are.
But Get-Go subs are good. I have to say, their subs are good.
Yeah.
But that's all I ever get it. That's all I would ever get at Get-Go is a sub.
Nancy likes. Every once in a while she'll get like the Impossible Burger.
Yeah, I don't eat
that. Yeah. Neither do I, but you know she digs them. And I will say this: I'll get like for a while. Maybe they still have it going. Like they had 2 for $7 breakfast sandwiches. I stop and get a couple of breakfast sandwiches for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, I like breakfast sandwiches if they're on a croissant. If they're on a croissant, I don't care where they're from.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, I mean it's all right. So anyway.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean that Get-Go, it just amazes me. Like I thought for sure, like that'll siphon away business from that Speedway.
No.
And like I've gone in there.
I think some people just don't want to deal with the traffic situation there, and I think that's why they make the left all the way down. Maybe,
but I mean, like either way, they're both slammed.
Yeah.
They're both jam packed. They're both of their parking lots are filled, and it's very surprising to me. So,
yeah.
Well, enough about local commerce.
yeah. Local commerce and what we do.
Yeah. Well, I think sometimes what we do can be interesting. Like, Sean mowed the grass today. Oh, boy. Fat boy mowed the grass.
There's a sweater outside.
Yeah. But I think, like, sometimes... But like, I mean, local commerce people are going to be like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Right.
Get-Go. It's this shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, but...
So, I'm on episode 5 of Stranger Things.
Oh, my.
I'm getting ready to watch it with them.
Yeah.
I caught up. Wow, it's good.
Isn't it, though?
Oh, man, it's really good. I mean, it's just well done. It's good acting.
Yeah.
It's a good story.
Mm-hmm.
What you know of it. I like how you're in the dark on this storyline.
Oh, yeah.
I like how it's slowly coming out.
Oh, it's gonna come out.
Yeah. I like Paul Reiser. What I saw of Paul Reiser.
Yeah.
I loved him.
Yeah.
It's just good seeing him again.
Yeah. Matthew Modine knocking out of the park still.
Yeah. It's just it's a good story. it's like a good view of bullying as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it, you know. I like everything I've seen so far.
Right.
And I like the characters. I like Robert Englund. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just really good. And I get there's a parallel between Nightmare on Elm Street and this. I understand.
Right.
But I think that's what's kind of nice. It's kind of a tiny bit familiar.
Right.
Tiny bit.
Right.
But then it's much better. I think it's a much better story than Nightmare on Elm Street. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a little bit darker and it's a little, if I can say that, but it's a little bit darker and it's a little bit deeper of a story versus, you know, the Nightmare.
Right.
You know. But there was even one part where there was some music going on in the background, and I was almost singing 1-2, Freddy's Coming for You.
Yeah. Well, did you get to the running up the hill, the whole
Hopper?
No, the music.
Yeah,
we had to. Yeah, with Max.
Yeah.
Escaping, like, in this, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, that was phenomenal.
And the stuff with Hopper's been good too.
Yeah.
This whole Russian prison thing is like fascinating to me.
But it's interesting, but it's like my least favorite aspect of the show.
Oh,
so
yeah.
far.
No, I get that.
Like,
but I like it as a side story.
Right.
You know what I mean? It makes sense to me. But I don't know. It's been good so far.
Yeah.
So, I'm glad there's another season.
Yeah.
To wrap it up. I mean, it gives me something to look forward to on that second, you know, that last season. But everything everything I saw was pretty good so far. Strange New Worlds, that was a throwaway episode. I liked it.
Well, hold on. First off,
Sorry,
they're all throwaway episodes because it's episodic. It's not episodic.
But this was like a
but like,
throwaway.
but go back. So you watched the Gorn episode?
Oh yeah, phenomenal.
Wasn't it though?
Yeah.
Like it was like their submarine episode.
Yeah.
You know, like clearly I was like their submarine episode. But like I love the fact that like you go back, like when the security officer.
Yeah.
Khan.
Yeah.
And she's talking about what the Gorn are like. You know, and then you get to this episode, and they're still not showing them. Like they're the boogeyman. Like they are the boogeyman in this series.
Yeah.
And so you never see them, which I loved, because it'd be the easy thing to do.
Right.
But they're holding that back.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. But like it's also like it was just this really good suspenseful episode of you know, it was like Das Boot.
Yeah.
But with the Enterprise.
Yeah.
You know,
it was a good episode.
It was.
I mean, really good. Don't get me wrong. I liked the newest episode.
Yeah, I thought the new episode was very, very good.
I liked the switch. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was good. I just didn't think it was great. That's why I said a throwaway episode.
Yeah.
I thought it was yeah, it's good, but there was a couple parts I was like, ooh, shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it was
Son of Sarek.
But what was nice about that episode though was after the intensity of the Gorn episode.
Yeah.
This was a lighter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't nearly as intense as the previous one,
No.
which is kind of what you needed.
Yeah.
You know
Man, Pike was badass in that chair.
Oh yeah,
he is. Like when he gets in battle situations, it's like it's almost like, dude, you should grow a fine Kenobi beard for this part.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, you are fucking awesome.
He had the rough Kenobi beard in episode 1.
He did.
You know,
but I mean, he's really good in those situations.
Yeah,
and I don't know, man. I mean,
everybody's like, man, dude. And he's like, she can take it.
Yeah,
you know, like the Enterprise will not let me down.
I know. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I love him in these roles.
Oh.
In this role specifically.
Yeah.
It's just when they get into battle situations, it's like man, my ears are perked. I'm just waiting for his next line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's almost like he was born to do this.
I know. It's like scary. Like
I'm gonna piss a shit ton of people off, but I like him better than Kirk.
I'll buy that.
I do. I like him in this position.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think it's really like, wow, this is what a captain is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Even in this last episode, how he came to Spock, you know.
Yeah.
He rolled up with all that stuff, telling her off, in a way.
Yeah.
Like, let me tell you something about Spock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Just let me clue you in about Spock.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But, I like that.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that was like him coming to the defense of
his guy.
That's his man.
Yeah.
You know, that's his like number 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's terrible to say.
Yeah.
But he is.
Right.
Yeah, it's fucking great. I hope this fucking show stays on forever.
I agree with you. Like,
I love watching this show.
I think it's very well cast.
Yeah.
I like the supporting cast around Pike. Mm-hmm. And the guy who plays Spock is fucking phenomenal.
Intense.
Yeah. But like overall,
he's not just phenomenal. He's like that is Spock.
Yeah.
Just a younger version.
Yeah, like I'm well over the fact that it's not Leonard Nimoy.
I mean, that's Spock.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he plays a better Spock than almost Zachary Levi.
Zachary Quinto, you mean?
Quinto, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. That was a good Spock.
Quinto's very good, yeah.
But this is a really good Spock.
Yeah.
I love... The acting's so important with Spock because you have to see his conflict.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like a dual role.
Yeah.
You know, because he has to play the Vulcan and human.
Right.
And so, like, there's always that duality to his role.
Right.
And so it takes a talented actor to do that.
Right.
And I think this guy's just knocks it out of the park.
Yeah.
And that doctor's hot.
There's Chapel. Yeah.
Yeah. And she likes Spock.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's playing up apparently like something from the original pilot.
Really?
Yeah, from what I can't remember. I'm sure they're, right now Stork is probably blowing a gasket because I haven't watched the original pilot in God knows how long. But apparently, like, they played up like there was hinted at a relationship between Spock and Nurse Chapel in the original pilot.
Okay.
And I guess that when they recast it when they took Pike out and put Kirk in, I guess they did away with that.
Yeah.
Because, if I remember correctly, that seemed like it was more of an attraction between Spock and Uhura.
Yeah.
Which they played up in the J.J. Abrams movies.
Yeah.
So
in this one, it's...
Yeah. There's Chapel.
Which I find her interesting, too. I find all the characters interesting. I really find the Doctor interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, like they're interesting characters. I mean, hasn't been a huge development in those characters yet.
Right.
Most of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure each will have their turn. I think that's what they're doing is going round robin on this shit.
Right.
But it's still mostly centered around Pike.
Yeah.
And that's what I like.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I also like the fact that, I know, going back another episode, but I thought it was cool as fuck that, like, Pike had everybody up for dinner. And he would cook and talk, and he would invite ensigns up, and
right,
somebody from every level.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, up to eat.
Yeah,
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah,
I mean, like it doesn't show the Bridges elitism.
Yeah,
like they're
which is what like a show like Lower Decks plays up.
Yeah.
Like, the bridge crew's like these elitists.
Yeah.
And then there's the rest of us down here doing the hard work.
Yeah, but I like the fact that Pike has these things. Like, every Thursday we got it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that whole conversation between him and Uhura.
Yeah.
That was some good acting right there.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, that was like...
Yeah.
Yeah. Anson Mount is the king.
He is.
I'm telling you.
It's like, I don't want to say it's shocking, but it's like it's surprising, like how well, like how he's taken this role and just made it his own. And now I can't imagine anybody else ever playing Christopher Pike.
Nah.
He now owns it. It's his.
Completely.
Yeah. I mean, and not that you've got a ton of exposure to Christopher Pike.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, you know.
Right.
But still, like what little you've seen, like he's taken that and expanded on it, and now it's like, you know, yeah, you're the man.
He is.
Like I have a hard time like picturing somebody else at the you know, in the Captain's Chair of the Enterprise at this point, and I love Kirk,
Yeah.
but it's like, man, I want this guy.
Yeah, this guy's fucking for real.
Yeah.
He has like all the qualities that Shatner didn't have. Do you know what I mean? Like Shatner was very self-fulfilling, I guess. You
Right.
should say. When you say
Well,
Shatner was,
I feel like he's got all the best qualities of Kirk, and all the best qualities of Picard.
yeah,
Like it's like they you know, they took like,
but
you know,
not Kirk's father,
not George Kirk.
not George Kirk, boy.
No. But I mean, but there are some things about Pike that you're like there's still a little bit of like the cowboy in him, and the bit of a riverboat gambler, and
Yeah.
you know he'll take risks, and you know, but there's also a lot of Picard in him where he's like, you know, let's look and examine the situation. Where Kirk is like, you know, let's just go right into this, you know,
Fire torpedoes.
yeah, fire everything.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, but there is a little bit of Picard in him where you know, he's like, well, let's analyze the situation. You know, let's see what we can come up with. What's taking place here before we go diving into this.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he also, you know, tries to negotiate. Where like, you know, Kirk was like, you know, I don't fucking negotiate.
Nah.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
Here's my negotiation. One finger up. You know?
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, there is an interesting, like DNA mixture of captains in there.
Yeah.
That
Well,
that makes him a very interesting captain.
and explains why he's where he's at later on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's the shoes he has to fill
Right.
to get to
Right.
the other point. You know what I
Right.
mean? I don't know. Love it.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah, I'm not saying I know I said it was a throwaway episode, but it wasn't like it was a lighter episode, I should have said.
Right.
Not a throwaway.
Yeah.
Because the episode actually had some importance.
Yeah.
Especially when, you know, Spock clocked that dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Badass. He won her over right with that move.
Yeah.
As soon as he threw that punch, he was like, "Oh, it's a flutter."
Yeah. Damn, boy.
Because he was defending her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And him.
Yeah.
Her.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I thought this series has been fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, and like even though it's episodic and there's not an overarching storyline, there is in a way with the characters.
Sort of, yeah. And there is an arc storyline with the characters.
Yeah, and like each
There's
episode,
just not an end of the world
right,
arc.
Right. But it's like this interesting thing of like these, you know, the little things about these characters and like what it means for interactions between them.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't just throw it away.
Right.
You know, like you see so often in like shows from that time period where it would be like, you know, well, we did this and the next week that means nothing.
Yeah.
You know, we're
How cool was it when they went on top of the deck and fucking autographed?
signing the Scorch.
That's badass, dude.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right.
So,
Past Star Trek.
past Star Trek to episode 3 of Obi-Wan.
Didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it.
Nah. I'm sorry.
God. Yeah, you've been busy. I get
I've
it.
been trying to catch up, and
Yeah.
I didn't like the place that I'm at out where I'm at. I can't hook up.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I sat and I was catching up on Stranger Things today, and I never saw it.
Yeah.
Good.
It was a really good episode.
Okay, I'll watch it when we're done.
Yeah.
Don't tell me anything about it because I can't now.
All,
And I promise I'll watch the next one before the podcast.
Okay. All I'm going to say is I got some real Michael Myers vibes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or, I guess, Great White Shark. I don't know how you want to. I mean,
yeah.
Without giving anything away, that's all I'm going to say. Is like they're, I was just like, oh, this is just unrelenting.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I love Obi-Wan so far.
Yeah.
We've talked about that.
Right.
You didn't see Top Gun, I'm assuming.
No, I did not see Top Gun. Did you watch the first 3 episodes of The Boys?
No, I did not.
Whoo!
Good?
Ah.
I know it's going to be good.
It was like...
The only reason I watch that show probably is because of him.
Carl Urban.
Yeah. Because he's a fucking badass.
He is. Carl Urban's amazing. But, I mean, like...
I like the other characters, but not as much as I like fucking Carl Urban.
Yeah.
He's just...
Yeah.
Yeah. He's badass.
All I'm going to say is... Like, what's going on this season is just... You're only 3 episodes in and it's already batshit crazy.
That's fine. But that's the show.
Yeah.
That's what I expect. It is, because the whole fucking thing's been batshit crazy.
Right. And within the first 20 minutes of the first episode, it made my dick hurt. And once you watch, you'll know why.
Okay. So, yeah, definitely I'll catch up on that. I'll catch up on Obi-Wan. You have to see Top Gun this week. If not, I'm taking you tomorrow.
I gotta go to a christening tomorrow.
After the christening.
But then,
could cancel the christening and just go to Top Gun.
Oh, I'd love to, but I can't.
I'll drive.
And then,
and I'm not going to say anything about the movie.
Right.
I'm not going to give anything away.
Give a spoiler-free review, please.
Spoiler-free. It met and exceeded expectations on all levels.
Yeah.
And like, people have to know, because it's not even Top Gun, but this is not an Oscar-winning movie.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? This is just an action movie.
Right.
Right. Very similar to Scott's filming. I can say that.
Yeah.
No, really.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
for real. It's like it's weird. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird. It seems like he's still alive filming this fucking thing. But it was a ride. I never got bored.
Yeah.
Once.
Yeah.
It's fucking magical. I don't even understand it myself. I mean, like, I like Top Gun.
Yeah, like, you're not a Top Gun aficionado.
I am not. And, like, one of the reasons I didn't like Top Gun is because I could not... It breaks my heart when Goose dies every single time I see it.
Yeah.
And as a kid, when I saw it, it absolutely crushed me.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why, but I like secondary characters. And so, when Goose died in that film, I was like...
Yeah.
I fucking hated it. I swore it off for years.
This would be like if Snowman died.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Yeah. And I wouldn't watch it.
Yeah.
Like, I would not watch the movie for almost probably 8 or 9 years.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't watch Top Gun because I couldn't stand the fact that he died.
Yeah.
But boy, this brings out the tears.
Yeah.
Familiar scenes, familiar shots.
Yeah. And
just an all-around good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I walked out of that movie like, yep, time to see it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's rare. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen some really good movies. I mean, last time I said that was probably Endgame.
Yeah.
Probably. Nah, maybe Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But, man, is it a good movie?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to see it. You have to see it in theaters.
Right.
I mean, that's...
Yeah.
You got to see it in the theater.
Right.
It's not a wait to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking Top Gun.
Right.
But, so I recommend it. I don't care if there's trolls out there saying, that would never happen. I don't care.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They never mentioned a country. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Pick one.
Right.
Pick one who has nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
You know, it doesn't matter. Which I thought was kind of cool because it, like, what was it? Russia.
In the first one, yeah.
In the first one.
Yeah, we were still in the Cold War.
Yeah, exactly. But in this one, there's no mention of country. There's no mention of, you know what I mean? Like, because it doesn't really matter.
Right.
It's not the point of the story. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So, wait till you see it. You're going to fucking love it.
Right.
I mean, like, out of all the movies I've seen recently in the past 5 years, I'm so suggesting this film for you.
Right.
It's just like, it just fucking blew my mind.
Right.
For real. So yeah, watch that. Yeah, I know. I'm pumped about fucking Top Gun.
Right.
It's like a redemption for me.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like. So yeah, watch that, and I watched the new Fantastic Beasts.
Okay, I haven't had a chance to watch that. I saw that was on HBO Max.
And the only thing I'm gonna say, with no spoilers or anything about it, the only thing I'm gonna say about that is, I wish that it was Johnny Depp.
Wow.
Yes, I do, and because I felt that he played a perfect Grindelwald.
Right.
And here's another thing I'm going to say. And I wish it wasn't Johnny Depp in these other movies.
Right.
Okay? So what I'm saying is, like, I wish they would have just had this guy from
Right.
the beginning on.
Right.
Which made it kind of awkward.
Right.
Because he plays a great character.
Right.
This guy. And I'm not taking anything away from him. I mean, I thought he was great what he did. But I could not get past. I could not see past not seeing the white hair.
Yeah.
The fucking charisma of Depp. You know what I mean? Like, so, and I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I give it a B.
Yeah.
Not an A, but a B.
Yeah.
But there's definitely more Newton-ness.
Yeah.
Which I appreciated.
Right.
So, yeah, you'll like it.
Yeah. I gotta give it a watch.
Yeah. I know it. I guess it bombed. I don't know.
It didn't do overly well.
I mean, it did okay.
Yeah.
I really hope they finish out the series. I want the series finished.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's 2 more movies.
Just complete them.
Yeah.
You know, what's her name can pony up the money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the series needs completed. I need to see the final wizard duel.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gotta see it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I liked it. I thought it was pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah. I think that's it I saw. That's all I saw.
I also watched the season premiere of The Orville.
Okay.
On Hulu.
You like that? I haven't watched it yet.
I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Oh, like it's weird. It's a weird show, especially the first season, because it's Seth MacFarlane, and he's trying. Like, there are jokes in particularly in the first season, like it's a little too jokey, but it's still a really good show as far as being a science fiction show. It's more Star Trek than Star Trek.
Okay.
If that makes any sense to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Seth MacFarlane, from what I understand, he went to Paramount and said, I have an idea for a Star Trek show. And Paramount was like, you're the Family Guy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't have that. So he made his own, and it's a very good show.
Yeah.
Now, there are some problems, particularly in the first season. Like I said, it's because it's Seth MacFarlane, there are some jokes, and you're just like, they kind of fall flat. but in the second season, it's still light, but not as bad.
Okay.
But it's a very, very good show, and it tackles subjects, and it does it in a way that I just find very diplomatic.
Okay.
I don't want to get into it. I don't want to spoil it, but I think he does a very good job of writing these shows, treading that line of I don't want to say political correctness, because I think that's wrong.
Okay.
I don't think he's politically correct, but I think he treads the line of political ambiguity.
Okay.
Because there's some episodes where you're expecting oh, well, this is going to be a message about this, and but it shows both sides, and it shows both sides from a very diplomatic standpoint.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't belittle one side and jam another side down your throat. It's showing both sides of the argument and showing them in a way that it gives them both credence.
Okay.
And makes them valid.
Yeah.
So you understand. You know what I mean? And it allows you to make your own decision.
Yeah, yeah.
And I appreciate that.
Okay.
Because it could go the other direction.
Yeah, I mean, he can go any direction he wants.
Right. So, it is one of those things, I appreciate that about the show. So, it's it's preachy without being preachy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's political, but without being, one-sided.
And it's not a Family Guy in space.
Right.
Okay.
Which is what everybody, was expecting and didn't get.
Yeah, and that's good, actually.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know for ratings, but I mean, good for my part, because I mean,
Yeah.
Family Guy is...
Yeah.
I mean, it's great.
Yeah.
You know,
it's great for what it is, but I don't want that in my science fiction show.
Right. American Dad was great.
Yeah.
But I don't want that in my science fiction.
Right. And it does a good, I said,
I don't want to see the mall episode from Family Guy.
Yeah.
When I think it was Chris in the mall, and there was two chicks, and they were like, "Oh man, I like your hair. Oh, I like it." And then they started kissing, and they fell in the fucking fountain.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want that in space.
No, and you don't get that. I mean, there are some jokes, and there's the one character. He's clearly the comic relief to a certain extent, but at the same time, it does a good job, especially in the second and starting with the third season. It does a good job of straddling comedy a little bit better. Where in the first season, there were some moments where I was just this is a good episode, but man, it didn't need that dick joke there.
Yeah.
So, but overall, I enjoy that show, and season 3 opened with an episode that I thought was really well done.
Okay.
The subject matter it handles and everything about it, and I was and again, it's a show that doesn't have an overarching story arc, but it has a little bit of one. Mm-hmm. But this is definitely a carryover from the end of season 2, and I thought it handled it brilliantly. I thought, wow,
cool.
This is impressive. And the move to Hulu, I'm not quite sure why it ended up moving to Hulu off of Fox, but it's a move that Seth MacFarlane's I want to make many movies. These are all, and the special effects, you're wow, there's some money being put into this.
Yeah.
These aren't cheap to make.
Yeah.
And it's a very well done show. And I know there are some people, again, our good friend Stork, who's a Star Trek aficionado, is just how dare you? But it's that good of a show.
Yeah.
And it's definitely his attempt at making a Star Trek show, and he does a very good job with it, in my opinion.
No, that's cool.
So. All right, so I think we've covered everything that there was to watch.
Yeah.
My dance card's full.
Nice.
Don't give me anything else at this point.
Man, when she busted her in the head in Stranger Things,
Oh,
that fucking roller skate. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
That's fucking brutal. Anyway.
Yeah, it was just... I love how he's like, oh yeah, we'll make that go away, don't worry.
Yeah.
Fall Rise again, no problem.
Yeah, but water under the bridge.
Yeah. So, I found this interesting. You talked about Top Gun, Maverick.
Yeah.
And it's directed by a guy named Joseph Kosinski.
Okay.
He has also directed one of our favorite films, Tron Legacy. So, with the media, with Top Gun, somebody asked him about Tron.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Of course, I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I was like, I can't believe somebody asked.
Yeah.
And he said, essentially, Tron 3 was a go until Disney bought Marvel and Star Wars.
Oh, really?
Like, essentially, like, Disney was trying to, utilize, like, Tron as a way to get into that marketplace.
Okay.
But the second they bought Marvel and Lucasfilm, they no longer needed Tron to be in that marketplace. They're now in that marketplace.
I see.
So, like, he's essentially like, my version of Tron's dead.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to be made.
Yeah.
And he talked about, like, he had, like, in the next movie, it was going to, deal... Cillian Murphy was going to be a bigger role, as the...
Yeah.
But, like, everything... Like, he kind of explained a little bit, like, what was going to be... Like, what his vision was.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know if they're going to do the Jared Leto thing that they keep talking about. But, essentially, like, this is what happened. Like, it killed those two purchases, pushed us out of the marketplace, essentially.
I see.
So, like, I guess, like, it's that question of, like, is this Disney, was this Disney saying, we're not flooding the marketplace that we're now flooding?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I'm trying to think about it, and like 2008 was when
Legacy.
when Iron Man came out.
Okay.
So let me Legacy hit theaters in 2010.
Okay.
2015 would have been when they bought Lucasfilm.
Okay.
And I'm thinking 2011 is when they bought Marvel.
Okay.
Because they bought Marvel. And they bought Marvel right before Avengers came on.
Okay.
Because Avengers still had the Universal logo or the Paramount logo.
Okay.
It was made by Marvel, but Paramount was a distributor.
Okay.
So I think it still had, like, when the first Avengers movie came out, it still had the Paramount logo at the beginning of it.
Okay.
I don't know when they switched. I can't, because I think Iron Man 3 still had the Paramount logo, and then they eventually switched to just the Marvel Studios logo. So I can't remember what the timing of all that was.
Yeah.
Because they had a distribution deal with Paramount for X amount of movies.
Yeah.
And I think that had to be... Like, they didn't buy Paramount out of that. They just let the deal complete itself. So... that's one of those oddball things. But like Hulk, I think Universal even now still owns the rights to Hulk for individual movies.
Okay.
Which is why they've never done a Hulk individual movie.
Right.
Because I think Universal still technically owns the rights to that. And if I remember correctly, like when the Ed Norton movie came out, that was a Universal picture.
Yeah.
And they made a big deal out of the fact that Tony Stark appeared in that movie because it wasn't a Paramount movie, it was a Universal movie.
Right.
You know. So oddball things like that. But like so like it's like this thing of like, well, that sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I mean, it's tough to argue. Like, you know, yeah, you did the right thing by making these major purchases, but at the same time, I'm kind of bummed because, like, the thing I want, I'm probably never going to get now.
Right, right.
Because you're not interested in going into, like, that science fiction space outside of these already established franchises.
Right, right. I know. We're not going to get it. So.
No. I mean, and they even did a good job. Like, I mean, they did the Witch Mountain movie, which was really good.
Yeah.
Like, they kind of went back to, like, that dark Disney kind of era.
Yeah.
Where they were kind of like, you know, hey, okay, let's bring Tron back. Let's bring Witch Mountain back. I mean, at the time, there were talks of doing a Black Hole remake of some type. You know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean, so, like, there was stuff that, they were reaching back into that bag at that time and pulling stuff out and saying, okay, maybe this is something we can do.
Can you imagine seeing a Maximilian up today's standards?
Oh. That was a scary motherfucker back then.
I know. And you have to, and like, that's the precedent, right? I mean,
Yeah.
like, you have to make him scary.
Yeah.
Like, what they would do with him now, I don't know.
I don't know either, but I mean, like, that was a scary motherfucker back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, I cannot imagine how scary he would be now.
I mean, I was terrified when he killed fucking, what's his name?
Yeah.
Through the book?
Yeah, through Norman Bates through the book, yeah. Oh, I was like, holy shit.
Anthony Perkins,
yeah. You're like, holy shit, that's fucked up. I mean, there was no blood. I mean, nothing. But, like, you knew.
Yeah,
you know.
He was ingenious.
Yeah.
Going through that thick book.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how they would do it. But anyway.
Yeah. I mean, but it's like, it sucks because like Disney was willing to go back into that bag of tricks a little bit.
Right.
To go into that, to try to get into that space. And with these, you know, billion-dollar purchases, they're like, we don't need to know.
Yeah, but you do for the fans. I know. Speaking of odd movies, I don't know if I told you this. Did I tell you I watched Dune?
No, you didn't.
I did.
This is the first time you watched it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty good.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was kind of I don't know how to describe it. It left me wanting more.
Yeah.
But I did like it.
Yeah.
I would give it a B-.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm saying this is because it was just kind of like, I know what they're doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they're explaining things and how things are laying out. But I thought they did a pretty good job of setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a setup movie.
Right.
You know? But I did like it. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
What amazed me about it was, like, all the characters I liked died. Which I knew was coming.
Right, yeah.
But in a sense, I was like, why? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, well, what's his name comes back, I think, right? Momoa's character.
I don't know. Duncan Idaho doesn't come back.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Gunny does.
Who?
Gunny Hollick. what's his name? The guy who played Thanos.
Does he?
Yeah. Because he was played by Patrick Stewart in the the Lynch version.
But I mean, that fucking badass part with Momoa.
Oh yeah.
But you see, that's what I mean. Like, I don't remember, dude. It's hard to recall.
Yeah.
I knew one of them came back, but I wasn't sure. What was that? I don't know. But as a whole, I thought it was pretty good. You know what I mean? It was like, and I wasn't on my phone or anything. I watched it.
Yeah.
You know? So, anyway.
Like, that scene where they arrive on Dune and, like, the bagpipes are playing and shit.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, it was good.
Like, even my dad, who, like, when he watched the movie, he was like, oh, hell, House Atreides. He was like, all fired up with the bagpipes and shit.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But,
I mean, it was good. I mean, like, there wasn't really a part that I didn't like.
Yeah.
It was just, sitting through it.
Yeah.
And then, like, when it ended, I just wanted more.
Yeah.
I wanted... You know what I mean?
It's the equivalent of the,
Like, it did... What I'm trying to say is, like...
Part 1 and 2 of the Deathly Hallows.
Yeah.
Part 1 is boring. Part 1 is, like, it's slow, it's plotting, and that's the same way in the book. Like, the first half of that book, you're just like... And it's a fucking tome of a book.
Yeah.
It's huge. And, you're trying to get through it because and when you get to the second half of that book, it takes off. It's the same thing with this. Like, this first part is like, I don't want to say it's boring because I find it interesting, but it's not nearly as action-filled as the second part is.
Right.
Like, this second part is going to be, like, where we get, like, this was the next version of Star Wars and shit. Like, cause it's all,
Right. No, I know. I
get
it. Yeah. But it was just, I mean, it's just this whole setup. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, because I do remember some things, and it's like, all right, I remember this. Yeah, I get this. And,
yeah.
But visually, it was amazing.
Oh, yeah. That is so beautifully shot.
Oh, when they first threw out the thumper, I was like, oh, it's a thumper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, But, yeah, I thought they captured it pretty well.
Yeah, like the look of the still suits, the thumper, like you said. I mean, that's like there was so much of it, and like even like the stuff like the look of it and the way the director like gave the people of Dune like the look of like Arabs.
Yeah.
Like these Arab people, like these people who like live in the desert. The desert is life.
Desert provides.
Yeah, shit like that. Like there was just so many interesting little, like the tree that takes more water than anything in the entire planet, but the guy takes care of it.
Yeah.
And it's stuff like that. You're just like, oh shit, this is good.
Yeah. Very detailed.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good. I'm not going to deny that it wasn't good. It was just kind of like, all right,
And even like Paul's visions were kind of interestingly done.
Yeah.
So like I thought that movie was extremely well shot. I loved it. I thought the way it told the story was fantastic. The way it ended, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm on board. I'm ready for part 2 right now.
Right.
But how
was it received?
Very well. I mean, I think it was nominated for Academy Award for Best Picture. I think it was up there. I didn't expect it to win because it's Dune.
Yeah.
But I think it was very well received. It did well enough in the era of like the end era of COVID.
Right.
Particularly with streaming, I guess their streaming numbers were good enough that they were going to that they're doing part 2. Mm-hmm. Christopher Walken's been announced as the Emperor. I'm like, ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of interesting stuff that like I can't wait to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah.
But I just want to let you know I did watch it.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I can't wait to see how they portray like Vade.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, in the Lynch version, it's Sting.
I know.
You know, and that time he's in like a fucking loincloth and
Who
shit.
is this? Who's gonna be?
I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head. But I mean, like, but he's such an essential character in the second half of the book.
Oh, I know.
You know.
I know.
So there's a lot of things I can't wait to see how it kind of plays out. And
I like how they betrayed what's his name, the brothers.
yeah.
I thought that was good.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in
I
there.
just hated to see them all die.
Yeah.
I think more so this time because I love the actors so much.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I like Momo. I think he's a great actor. Not a great actor, but I enjoy his presence on screen.
I'll say this much.
I mean, he's not Shakespearean
No,
actor.
but I will say this much for him. Like, you're right. Like, he's not. He's Momoa. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My man. You know. But in this, I was actually very surprised. Like, he didn't. He wasn't a bro.
No.
You know, he very much played a warrior.
And I'm sure they curtailed that back a little bit. They were like, yeah, don't fucking say this. There's no ad-libbing. Just fucking stick to the script.
Yeah. But, like, I go back to Game of Thrones Season 1.
Yeah.
I mean, that scene where, you know, he's rallying the people, like, you know, we're going to get on those fucking boats. We're going to cross the poison sea. We're going to, you know, mount these people. That's that whole, and he does it all in fucking his language. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, the dude has acting chops.
He does have acting chops, and that's the thing. Like, but he keeps getting these roles that are like, this is who he is.
Because he looks like a dude.
I know,
you
but
know?
I mean, he's not. I mean, this guy can act.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to be in Fast and Furious 10.
Don't even talk to me about that. But anyway.
But that's what I mean. Like, I mean, that's, like, I've been waiting for him to appear in a Fast and Furious movie, because that's just kind of, like, what he does, you know?
Right.
I'm sure he's going to be, if they did Expendables 4, he'd show up in that. You know?
Yeah.
That's just where he's at in his career, but at the same time, he does have some acting chops where you can, like...
Get behind him and be like, wow.
And I thought he did a very good job in this movie of not being a dude, but being, you know, Duncan Idaho.
Yeah. And he was even kind of that dude in Aquaman.
Yeah.
But I guess not as much. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I kind of like Aquaman.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
I thought it's a very good movie.
Yeah. Not that I want Jason Momoa going on the independent circuit or anything, but
Right.
what I'm saying is, like, he can act.
Yeah.
You know, so. But in Dune, I thought it was well done.
Yeah.
A lot of sand, though. A lot of sand.
There's a lot of sand.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point of it.
I know. I know. Anyway.
So. That's all I
I
got.
don't know
Man.
if there's any other surprises that I watched. I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Yeah, Dune was the last surprise.
Yeah.
I watched that like 3 weeks ago. I can't believe I haven't brought it up yet.
Well, I watched. I didn't talk about it, but I did see Doctor Strange.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I liked it a lot.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I liked it a lot. I liked
Interesting.
We'll
yeah.
spoil the shit out of
let's
this.
talk about this.
So, like, I saw it the weekend that you were sick.
Okay.
So that's why we haven't talked about it. But I did like it a lot. I liked it.
Oh, come on. Witch was amazing.
Oh, she was. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
And I love that they didn't even like. I thought for sure, like, oh well, maybe this will take a while before you get to. Like, it's like immediately, like, she's like, yeah, I'm the villain.
She was balls out.
Yeah, But like from the jump, like it was like I was like, okay, well I'm gonna see where this goes, and like immediately she's like, yeah, I'm the villain.
When that fucking orchard turned into fire,
oh
it was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
I was in, dude. I was sold.
Yeah,
I was like, and then
oh yeah,
so good. And I'm so appreciative that they didn't put her in the like fucking Teddy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was
they took, because I mean they made the joke about it in the show.
Yeah.
But I mean, like in this, like it's a very updated, like, but she still looks like the fucking Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't like.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the word is, but I'm glad they didn't.
She's not out there in lingerie.
No, I'm so glad.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah.
It made sense to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I appreciate the Scarlet Witch and
yeah. Don't we all?
in the Teddy.
Yeah.
In the latex Teddy.
Yeah.
But I appreciated this more because it made more sense.
Right. Right.
Oh, was it fucking good? Did you like? So what else did you tell me?
Well, I mean, like I liked Witch. I liked the fact that they didn't bury the lead, and like you could have played that out for a while. Like you could have had him and her working together, and then halfway through the movie she makes her turn. No, it's like right now I'm done.
Yeah, fuck you.
I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
I mean, the Illuminati scene, that whole thing was just...
It blew your mind, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't even, like... It was hard for me to even grasp it. There were so many times during that Illuminati scene...
Yeah.
Where I was like, what the fuck? And then I was like, holy shit. And then, like, when she came in and was fighting all of them, I was like, wow, this is badass.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and then when Anson Mount blew himself up,
yeah,
I was like, oh man, she is fucking for real. They are not holding back.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Peggy Carter's death, all of them died, but I mean, like, I was like, Professor X?
Yeah.
I was like, I think I said out loud, I was like, oh my god.
But I love that he was in like the comic accurate hover chair.
Yes.
Like that was like so badass to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was like, oh shit, they did it.
Yeah, they did, right? I was like, yes.
No wheelchair. Yeah. No, he's comic accurate.
Yes. Here comes the hover fucking craft. Yeah, I was. Yeah, that's fucking badass.
That was badass. I liked.
Like I said, the only complaint I had was I wish I had more stretch.
Yeah, like I would have loved more with all of them, especially like Reed Richards, like because you want more Reed Richards at this point. But like even like the way it ended,
yeah,
it was a really, really well done. Like I was very surprised. I don't want to say I was surprised because I had, and here was the other thing.
All right.
I loved it was directed by Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
There was shit in this movie that was so Sam Raimi.
The Eye. I mean.
Oh, The Eye. I mean, Zombie Strange.
Yep.
But there was a moment, there was a cutaway. I think it's when that scene ends between Strange and Wanda in the burnt down forest.
Okay.
And the way it kind of cuts to like Wong, it's like a fade and and it was like such a Evil Dead cutaway.
Yeah.
Like I was like, that's straight out of Sam Raimi's playbook.
Yeah.
Like this is such a Sam Raimi transition.
Yeah.
And it was so fucking well done.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I like it was little shit like that like as a fan of Sam Raimi as a director, and especially like Sam Raimi the horror director.
Yeah.
Like it was like, oh wow, that's such a Sam Raimi thing.
You're right, but this whole movie fit that bill.
Yeah.
Because it was
a horror movie.
In essence, it was a horror movie.
Right. And so like, I had the right guy at the helm, and he was able to do Sam Raimi things.
Yeah.
But like it was like But you're right. Like, the third eye was like such a the way it was revealed was such a Sam Raimi reveal.
Exactly. The reveal was like, shit. That's the fucking book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know, it was so good.
It was almost like somehow Sam Raimi convinced Disney to make Evil Dead 4. We'll disguise it
as fucking
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. Yeah, it was good. Oh, when Strange pulled all the arms out.
Yeah.
Oh, when he got the fucking. Oh, the fucking demons.
Yeah.
Oh, so fucking good.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
I mean, real good.
Yeah.
Man, that was good. There's a lot of parts. There was a lot of moments in that movie that I just absolutely loved.
Yeah. And the stinger at the end, I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah. No,
You know.
I know. I know. It was good.
Yeah.
It was a good movie. Yeah, no complaints.
So,
was great.
Here's the thing to keep in mind.
Yeah.
And this is something like I kind of thought about afterwards. In the first movie, Strange talks about how he has a photographic memory.
Right.
And that allows him to... That's what allowed him to, get his PhD so quickly. How he was able to read all those books and everything. So that means, technically, there is still a copy of the Darkhold in existence.
Right.
It's called Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
It's all in his head.
It's all in his head.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like one of those things where, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Can't wait. I can't wait to see, where this goes.
When she attacked the fucking...
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, we've been waiting. I mean, for me personally, I've been waiting for Witch to come out like that.
Right.
And they just did it so successfully.
And the
hands down.
The best part, she's still alive and you fucking know it.
Yeah.
There's no body. It was a comic book ending.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
She's going to come back at some point.
Oh, yeah, she's alive.
Yeah. But it was so well done. So well done. I hate saying I was pleasantly surprised, but because I had a pretty high expectation for that movie.
Yeah.
But it definitely exceeded those expectations and really, really impressed me with everything.
And it was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
At the end.
Yeah.
She knew the error of her ways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Strange was like, just let it happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So. All right.
Yeah. So that was exciting. Yeah. I enjoyed the shit out of that.
Oh, man.
Yeah. All right. Let's wrap this bad boy up.
Wrap it up.
I remember there are a number of different ways you can reach out and touch us.
Hey.
You can send us an email. Like Thad does. Thad apparently has purchased a cabin in the woods.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's invited us.
Nice.
I don't want to go.
Okay.
Yeah. That's just bad juju. I mean,
all right.
Yeah. But anyway, you can reach out and touch us like Thad does each and every week, but we don't read his email because they usually have nothing to do with the show.
Right.
The email address is pittsburghnerd@yahoo.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter. Just search Pittsburgh Nerd Podcast. We're very, very easy to find. And we're also on a number of podcasting networks. You can find us on the Tangent Bound Network, the Weeby Geeks Network, and the Pod Breed Network. Just give them a Google search, and you'll find all the other great podcasts they have to offer. And lastly, as always, want to thank you, dear listener, for checking us out each and every week.
Yes.
I can't thank you enough. Oh, by the way, I almost forgot to mention, it's our 9-year anniversary.
Nice.
Yeah. So happy anniversary.
Hey.
So, I can't believe that slipped my mind. I made a big deal out of it a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Because it was given my memories, it was the first day that we recorded episode 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So I made a big deal out of it, and today I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Oh, yeah, shit, that's right. 9-year anniversary.
9 years.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll get a memo about maybe how I should keep show notes, but, fuck that. But thank you for 9 years of listening to us, and I hope you'll enjoy it for the next 365 days.
Sure.
And on that note, the dreamer has awakened.
Peace.